Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rob with Next Truck Sales, and I want to take this opportunity and introduce you to our Peterbilt 579. It's a 2016 model year. It features a Paccar MX 455 horsepower, 1650 torque with an Eaton 10-speed automatic transmission. I'll take you through the truck, show you some of the features, some of the things that we've done, and then explain a little bit about the process if you happen to be watching this video and you're not in Canada where the truck is currently located. We can export the truck to the US, take delivery from our Buffalo location. So let's have a closer look here at the truck. You'll see here it's got two-stage colors. Interestingly, it's simply an unpainted skirt, which is kind of plain looking, doesn't look bad. I kind of like it because it gives the truck a unique look, and it, excuse me, if at the same time you have any sort of body damage, you're not going to have to paint that plastic because it's going to stay the same color, right? If you get a gouge in it, you get a gouge in white or a scratch, you're going to end up with something like this where you've got the black showing through, at least on the gray. And I'm sure we can find a scratch somewhere on here. It's still gray afterwards, so I do like that. Let's have a look underneath the hood here. You can see that we've sandblasted and painted the chassis, so it's a nice shiny black color. Over here we've got disc brakes on the front. I believe that was a standard option for all 2016 and newer Peterbilts, so we'll check the back and see if they upgraded the rears or if it's still drum brakes. This is the Paccar MX13. This is the 2013 and up generation, EPA 2013. Second generation, if you want to call it that. This engine is significantly better than the 2013 and down engines. They had more than their share of problems. This one's a vastly improved. You'll see we have a very good wiring harness protection, and these are pretty well known not to leak oil. They're good on fuel. They're quiet. They do require somebody that really has a good knowledge of Paccar engines. If you're considering purchasing this truck, you need a good Paccar mechanic. That's not the dealer. The dealer's going to be expensive to keep it on the road. You need a guy that knows this product. So if you're watching this, mark my words, you need a good mechanic that can work on Paccar products. On the front here, you'll see we've got some Bridgestone steer tires, and these are polished aluminum wheels. I'll take you over to the other side as well. Okay, and then they're probably, I'm going to say 40% treads. Have a look here down the side. We've got our blind spotter feature, which is a system that will detect objects in your blind spot, as well as on the front. I'm going to close this hood so I can show you. It has the collision mitigation. So that is a sensor in the front that's going to detect objects in front of you, and it will automatically brake the truck if you get too close. It's going to apply the brakes. First, it's going to beep at you. Second, it's going to apply the brakes if it believes that you're too close. It'll give you a visual and an audio indication inside the truck before it applies the brakes. Have a look here. I do like this feature on Peterbilts. Batteries readily accessible. Hopefully you don't need to boost them, but of course, if you do, readily accessible. Excuse me. We've got a block heater. I'll come back to running the engine later in the video. DEF fuel fill. This is an 80-inch sleeper, so you've got the largest sleeper available in the 2016 model year. It's 80 inches from the back of the driver's seat to the back wall of the cab, or some imaginary line 80 inches forward of the back wall of the cab. It's the largest sleeper. We've got an S-bar diesel powered bunk heater. We've got a separate mini fuse panel. Still yet to install the mattress. It will be a spring mattress that'll be in a box. Over here, glad hand holders, fuel tanks are 120 gallons. Looking for it, hard to see. I think these are 120. We have a peek down the line here. They might be larger. I'll double check and I'll make note of it in the spec. You'll see your exhaust there for the S-bar heater. 2 work lights in the back wall, 2 work lights on the extenders. Here we've got more aluminum wheels. In this case, we've got, looks like 4 aluminum wheels here on this side. We've got Bandag retread tires. They're 70–80% on this axle, probably about the same over here. You've got your Pete low leaf suspension. Excuse me. We've got a Holland 3500 fifth wheel. It is fixed. A slider can be added. You can see the bracket is there. Slider can be added. You get a chassis usually from a scrapyard and stick it on and plumb in an airline. It's not included on this truck. Have a look here. We've got rear disc brakes, and we've got 6-position sensors. So I see a wire there and I see a wire there for the sensors, which means 6-position, which means you'll get the best possible braking in slippery conditions. It has 6 sensors. Some trucks can be spec'd with 4 sensors, which means one axle doesn't even have ABS featured on it. Give you a good look at the back of the cab here. Okay, closing cross members in good shape. Looks like it got kissed by something once, but it's all good now. Everything's been painted, shiny, new looking. Over here we've got a couple more Bandag retreads, 80%, 70%, somewhere in and around there. So you got 4, or rather 8 matching drive tires. You won't be looking at needing to put them on anytime soon or replace them. You get a season out of them, or get a year out of them for sure. And look over here, we've got a small access door and a window. Minimal body damage, some stone chips, no corrosion to speak of. Just some stone chips, very, very minor body damage. If you look, very hard pressed to find anything. In the back here, we've got another fuel tank. And I'm looking for the size. And it's also hiding on me, but this one looks like a big one as well. I'll confirm the spec shortly. So hopefully that gives you a good look on the outside of this truck. Let's go on the inside, and I'll also get this hood open. We'll do a video with the engine. I'll fire up the, we're already doing the video. I'll get the engine running and take you through that as well. So let's have a look here. This truck's made in Denton, Texas. It's built to California and US emission controls. You can see that. It's got a certificate or a label. Over here, you'll see it complies with US DOT. And we've got all sorts of other certifications. Here it meets emissions, yada, yada, yada. So let's have a look inside here. We've got cloth and leather or pleather seating in good condition. Over here we've got another sister seat that looks about the same. So you've got sort of a denim Cordura material here, and then you've got the vinyl or pleather. Now this one here has had an ECM replaced, so the mileage is off, but we'll update that in the description to confirm the exact odometer on this truck. Have a look here. You'll see we've got power locks, power mirrors, power windows, and heated mirrors. Okay, we've got an excellent condition steering wheel. Some of the Pete's, the wheels tend to deteriorate as soon as you get any kind of oil on them whatsoever. This one's in great shape. If you look here, we've got automatic climate control, and we're gonna need to turn that on because it's cold in here. It's only 36 degrees Fahrenheit out today. Have a look here. We've got all of our work lights, and actually all your lights are there, which is nice. So you got your dome light, you've got your work lights in the back, you've got your light check and your light dimmer. Over on this side, you've got your cruise. So I'm gonna turn that up. And your engine brake, 1, 2, 3, traction control, couple of spares, regen control, suspension dump and diff lock, and then you've got the Cobra head style shifter. Trailer brake is here, and your wiper washers turn signal is there. CB radio, got secure storage all around, and let's have a look in the back. Still yet to put in the mattress. It'll be a 6-inch foam mattress. 6-inch foam mattress will go in here. I think I might have said spring earlier. I misspoke. It's going to be a foam mattress. Over here, you'll see we've got no door, which is good and bad. So we've got your door covers, if we want to call them that, right? They fasten on, kind of like that. You just clip it on and everything is secure. It's bad from the perspective that, you know, you've got to button it into place. It's good because it's quiet. I found that when you drive in a truck with traditional cupboards, they tend to rattle. You'll never get a rattle out of a curtain, I can promise you that. Inside of here, we've got a refrigerator. I've got it turned off. Looks like somebody has kind of glued it to keep it from flying open. It is shutting on its own, but it did have a clip here that mounted, that caught that, which has been broken off. So you've got a fridge that if you slam it like that, it's not going to stay shut, so you got to push it shut. Over here, we've got that other similar style of cupboard door. And over here, we've got some secure storage here. Okay, up here we have some 12-volt receptacles and a plug, or rather a coupling for a microwave or toaster oven or something of that nature, but there is not an inverter in this truck that I can see because I don't see the receptacles throughout. So let's have a look and see if there is one. It'll be something that you'll need to add. So we do have the bunk heater, and we do have a subwoofer, but I do not see an inverter inside here. I see some other stuff that's kind of rolling around that we'll have to give attention to and tidy it up. But and then your standard factory heating and air conditioning is there. Okay, and you've got an emergency exit door there, and your bunk heater control is here. So I will leave the lights on for the time being. Let's go out and do the video of the truck running. I want you to pay attention to the blow-by coming out of the oil filler cap. The more blow-by there is coming out of the oil filler cap, the farther down the path of needing a rebuild the engine is. So if we have zero blow-by, we're in good shape. If we have some blow-by, we're getting close. And if we have lots of blow-by, we're gonna need a new engine. So let's see what kind of surprises we're gonna find under the oil filler cap. That's good to know that there's very little blow-by. I also want you to pay attention to the fact that the engine temperature is up to temperature. We're at 190 Fahrenheit. If that engine was worn out at all, when I put my camera over top of that hole, you would see smoke coming out of there. So I would say this engine has a lot of life left in it, excuse me, as far as the pistons and rings are concerned. So let's just go through the rest of the truck. You can see the fan hub is free. It's not engaged, which is good. A lot of normal noises I can hear of. One good thing about these Paccar engines, they are quiet. So if there's any funny noises going on with them, it's pretty easy to hear. If you listen to the Cummins, they always sound like they're coming apart. So it's harder to tell if there's abnormal noises. Take you down the road. Leaks there on the ground. That's old oil from other trucks that I've filmed in this spot. So overall, a clean truck, not too many miles. I'll confirm in the description, so pay attention to that. I haven't got it handy while I'm doing the live video. I probably should have made note of the fact that it had an odometer change, but nonetheless, 2016 Pete. So if you're watching this video, you like it and you're interested in making a deal on it, you give me a call on my cell phone, 289-259-6054, or you can call us toll free, 844-489-8789. The next step, we can have the truck shipped from our yard. If you're looking to purchase and you're in the States, we have a yard in Buffalo. We can have that usually in Buffalo within 1 to 2 days. and you take delivery from there. I need your insurance to get you a license plate, and you can drive home with a plate, and within a couple of days after that, we'll get you the paperwork to convert your title from Canada to US. It's really that simple. We do this on a regular basis. It's very easy from our end. It might seem a little intimidating because you're buying a truck that either A, you don't have the opportunity to touch it and feel it, and if you want to come and see it, you're more than welcome to come to our yard and test drive it. But if you trust that what you're looking at here and you're a little nervous about the process, we'll walk you through it and make sure that you get your title converted over to the US. Again, we do this all the time. So there you have it, Rob at Next Truck Sales, 289-259-6054. And I hope to hear from you soon. Bye for now.